Right, how are we doing everybody? Welcome to Russell Heritage Golf. Today's topic of discussion is why are most golf swings inconsistent? The reality of the situation is to be able to hit the golf ball in a straight direction with a decent contact is not the easiest feat. What you're trying to do within your golf swing is you're trying to make it as efficient as possible so that obviously the mishits, the dispersion isn't as wide. So the reality is that it's not that easy to be able to hit the sort of perfect golf shot. In fact, it's almost nearly impossible. But the point is, and the reason for this video, is that why is it so hard? And I think one of the problems, or most of the problems, really do lie in the posture and the backswing position. And what I tend to see with most amateur golfers, and I think most of you would agree with me on this, is that you might go for a golf lesson, or you might video your golf swing, or you might just watch a lot of professional golf swings and you know that you're not doing the same sort of thing. Now, what will therefore happen is that most amateur golfers, should we say, don't trigger enough rotation in the golf swing so they don't look like a professional coming in towards the impact area. So you don't look this way and this way, you tend to look more square on and closed this way and this way. Obviously I'm generally speaking, so that's not fair to make it applicable to every amateur, but a large proportion of the people that come for lessons are normally struggling. So what then most amateurs do is that they might buy a training aid, or they might work on impact drills. So they might spend some time, trying to get this feeling of striking down. So it's not uncommon, I think we'll all agree, those that obviously watch a lot of content online and have had lessons, that if you're mishitting the ball, the general idea is, well, try and hit more down on it. Try and hit down on the golf ball more. Fine, but the reality is that actually coming in towards the hit, we know that we're actually lifting. So what my channel, what I've been trying to do is trying to help everybody get to the root cause of the problem. And I still feel this is obviously what's prompted this video. Why are most golfers inconsistent? Well, it's because you generally aren't getting to the root cause of the problem. And with most people that come for lessons, whether it's online, golf schools or individual lessons, it's normally posture or backswing. The idea in the posture is that what you want to do, as I've talked about on my 10 best golf tips, is obviously you've got your grip and you create a good bend of the hips, nice width of stance, and then you flex your knees a little bit. From here then you want to turn your shoulders back to 90 degrees and get the weight in towards the trail heel. Seems incredibly easy, and in theory if you go through a disciplined approach every time, you will find it relatively easy. The reality is that it's not that instantaneous to change. So some of you might watch this video and you'll go in front of the mirror, you'll put the club across your shoulders and you'll go, yes. But as those that are visited for lessons and golf schools and online know that yes, you can do this, but the reality is that it doesn't mean that you're instantaneously going to do it every time you try and hit a golf ball. The reason for this is your brain has mapped a certain way to hit it. So one of the things that I've been doing recently, and I've been kind of talking about on my social media platforms, is this 10-minute a day movement. So basically, if you can spend 10 minutes per day doing exercises where you're not too distracted about how to hit the ball, what you'll be doing is you'll be going through a process of conscious competence, which eventually turns into a subconscious state of mind. So the idea is, don't try and force the swing change, just outweigh the amount of good repetition to bad repetition. And what eventually happens, from experience of people visiting for lessons, is that after about 2.5 to 3 hours worth of conscious competence, you'll start to feel the difference. So why are you still inconsistent? And the question would be, why hasn't your impact position improved dramatically? Or a better example might be, you might go for a lesson and you notice that your ball striking might be slightly off, right? So you might be doing something like so, and then you might work on the lesson on just kind of the idea of striking down, and you can improve the contact, but then what you notice is that you're forced to hit it out in the wrong sort of direction. So what I would start to do is that, although it's absolutely harmless to get these sort of feelings of just striking down, I would start to watch some of the other social media platforms and start to work on some of the basic things like I'm talking about. So why are you inconsistent? Well, one, it's not that easy to hit it straight every time, but also the bigger message behind this is that the likelihood is that if you're still struggling from inconsistency to blah de blah, it's like maybe you just have never got down to the root cause of your problem. So what I would start doing is just checklisting a lot of these basics off and video your swing and make sure you're doing them. And also to that, I would start doing 5 to 10 minutes a day of basic exercises, and you're going to improve. So if you're interested, then what I would do is in that description box below, there'll be links to my other social media pages where I'm going to start talking about this on a more frequent basis. Give those a follow, and then that will give you some sort of structure on daily things that you can do. For now, maybe have a little bit of a self-reflection and think, actually, yeah, maybe I am just jumping from inconsistency to inconsistency, and start following the channel, start following the social media links, and start doing these basic drills every day, and therefore you will improve in time. Hopefully you enjoy the video. Always appreciate a thumbs up and a like. Remember, it's absolutely free to press that subscribe button. If you're going to do that, you might as well press the bell icon. That means you receive notifications every time a new video comes out. I'll catch up with you guys again soon.